Hey everyone, before we dive in, here's something really cool. You're listening to an episode created almost entirely by AI. From the script to the voice, this is part of the AI Takeover series by Blockchain DXB, where we explore what's possible when humans hand over the mic to machines. There's little to no human involvement, and that's what makes this episode so powerful. Welcome to the future of content creation. Let's get into it. This episode is powered by Amana, the region's first and fastest-growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. Whether you're looking to invest in U.S. stocks like Apple or Tesla, or MENA giants like ADNOC or Salik Amana puts the financial market at your fingertips. You also get access to gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, and commodities. With over 375 assets to choose from, they've got the largest crypto selection in the region. And listen, guys, if you want to build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day and want to automate your investing, just set your monthly budget, choose your preferred categories, and let Amana do the rest. No fees, no lockups, and 100% customizable. Even better, funding your account is frictionless, and funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even your crypto wallet. No friction, no hassle. And if you get stuck, Amana offers 24/6 real human customer support and personalized sales assistance. Because you're part of the Blockchain DXB community, you get an exclusive offer. Register with the code BlockchainDXB and make at least one trade to receive a $100 trading bonus credited to your account the following month. So what are you waiting for? Download the Amana app now. The link and code are in the show notes. Next up, Blockchain DXB is proud to be the official media partner for one of the biggest blockchain events of the year, the Blockchain Futurist Conference. For the first time ever, North America's leading crypto event is heading to the United States, taking place at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock in Hollywood, Florida. Alongside it is ETH Women, happening simultaneously. Expect multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, tech demos, metaverse experiences, and more, all under one roof. It's where the smartest minds in blockchain, crypto, and AI will converge. Get 25% off tickets by using the code DXB25. And yes, I'll be there with exclusive live coverage, behind-the-scenes interviews, and spotlight features on groundbreaking projects. Mark your calendars, November 5th and 6th, 2025. Visit futuristconference.com and use code DXB25. Link is in the show notes. Advanced Media is the largest distributor of professional video, photography, cinema, and broadcast accessories in the Middle East. They represent over 100 major brands, including DJI, Hasselblad, Red, and Rode. The mic I'm using to record this? Sponsored by Advanced Media. But what really sets them apart is their commitment to purpose. People, planet, and prosperity. That's not just branding, it's their actual business model. They've partnered with SAE Institute in Dubai to offer scholarships to students pursuing a bachelor's degree in filmmaking, each worth AED 50,000. They also run regular workshops, training programs, and tech showcases across the region. For more info, visit amt.t, that's amt.tv. Now, let's talk about startup.oy. A global tech platform transforming how engineers connect with opportunity. They offer high-paying, remote tech jobs that give you complete flexibility in location and working hours. On top of that, Startup.oi hosts free global events, meetups, and tech talks designed to help you grow your skills and network with other professionals across the world. What makes them stand out is their commitment to community, especially in emerging spaces like blockchain, Web3, and the metaverse. Whether you're just starting your career or you're a seasoned dev looking for the next opportunity, Startup.oi gives you a platform to learn, earn, and grow. You can download the app from the Google Play Store or Apple App Store, or just click the link in the show notes. Finally, let's talk about something every crypto investor should take seriously: security. And that's where Ledger comes in. Ledger is one of the most trusted names in crypto security. Their hardware wallets, like the Nano S Plus and Nano X, keep your assets safe by storing your private keys offline. That means you're protected against hacks, malware, and phishing attempts that can compromise online wallets. The company is headquartered in Paris and is constantly innovating. Their team works with world-class security researchers and regularly tests their own products for vulnerabilities. It's why Ledger wallets are used by millions around the world. Using a hardware wallet isn't just smart, it's essential. If you're serious about crypto, it's time to stop relying on centralized exchanges or browser wallets. Click the link in the show notes to order your Ledger wallet and support this podcast at the same time.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive. So if you're glancing at the crypto markets today, July 15th, 2025, wow, Bitcoin. Yesterday, it was trading above $122,000 today. It's plunged more than $5,000, sitting around $116,865 now.
That's a steep drop.
And the whole global market cap down, 6.8%? In just the last 24 hours, it's at $3.74 trillion. I mean, this isn't just a little dip. It feels like a really sharp reaction.
A bit of a bloodbath, yeah.
So what's driving this? How does it tie into that crucial inflation data that just came out today? Okay, let's unpack this.
Well, the most immediate link, really, is how this inflation number feeds directly into what Federal Reserve Chair Jerome Powell might do next. His decision on interest rates cut, hold, or raise hinges quite a bit on data like this.
And President Trump's been vocal about wanting rates lower, right?
Exactly. He's publicly stated he wants a reduction, which just adds another sort of political dimension to the whole economic calculation. And this kind of volatility, especially around big economic news drops, it creates, opportunities.
Opportunities for
the big players. What people often call the notorious whale traders. Large funds, high net worth individuals, institutions. They have enough capital to actually move the market. They often short trade during the uncertainty, then scoop up Bitcoin or other cryptos when the price tanks.
Right, profiting from the swings they might even help create.
Precisely. And that whole dynamic, it allows these whales to make huge profits, sure, but it also builds this inherent instability. It makes you wonder if the market can ever be truly, let's say, fair for the average person when that kind of power exists.
Yeah, that's a really important point.
And it's also, a good reminder with all the chatter out there, always try to check the official sources, like the Bureau of Labor Statistics, BLS.gov, for the actual inflation numbers. Don't just rely on the headlines or the media spin. Get the raw data if you can.
Good advice. So if these whales are, like you said, creating and profiting from this chaos, what does that really mean for you listening right now, trying to navigate these markets? Is there a strategy, or are smaller investors just sort of along for the ride?
This is definitely challenging. Requires a different kind of strategy, maybe a longer-term view.
Okay. And, beyond just the market moves today and the Fed watching, our deep dive is also going to dig into some pretty significant legislative action. It's Crypto Week in the U.S. House, just started. And we'll touch on other big picture stuff too, global news, AI advancements, different countries taking really different paths on digital assets. The goal here is to cut through all that noise, give you some clear, hopefully actionable insights, help you understand what's actually moving the needle. So about that U.S. Crypto Week, the House kicked it off yesterday, July 14th. Their theme is ending the era of uncertainty, and Congress delivers for crypto. Sounds ambitious.
It does.
Yeah.
Big statement.
They're pushing three main bills: the Clarity Act, the Genius Act, and the Anti-CBDC Surveillance Act. The Clarity Act, for example, that one's supposedly about bringing transparency, some guardrails for how regulators handle digital assets and companies in the U.S. They're trying to involve industry experts, kind of like how they shaped early internet laws, apparently.
Which, if you think about it, raises that classic question. Who should be writing these rules? Government? Industry? Or some kind of mix?
Right.
It sounds like they're aiming for a mix here, which, probably makes sense given the complexity.
And the Genius Act.
That one's more targeted. It's specifically about fostering blockchain innovation, especially for startups, developers, trying to create clear guidelines. It seems largely focused on stablecoins, which frankly makes sense.
So?
Well, stablecoin issuers, they kind of act like banks, right, holding reserves. So having clear rules for them isn't unreasonable, even if you generally dislike regulation.
Okay.
But there's a pretty big gap in the Genius Act. It completely leaves out algorithmic stablecoins. Doesn't mention them.
That seems significant. You called it a significant blind spot, given the history there with collapses and stuff. Is leaving them out just being cautious? Or is it maybe missing a chance to regulate a really risky area? Could that cause problems later?
It definitely could be seen as a missed opportunity. It leaves a potential regulatory hole. Yeah, time will tell on that one.
And then the third one, the anti-CBDC Surveillance State Act. That one's definitely making waves. President Trump, first day in office, made good on his promise to ban central bank digital currencies completely.
Yeah, that was a big move.
And Republicans are really pushing this act, citing worries about government surveillance, tracking every transaction.
It's a stark contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Democrats generally seem more open to CBDCs, maybe seeing them as the next step in digital finance.
Totally different viewpoints there.
And it's just as striking when you look globally, how different countries are tackling this whole digital asset thing. Take Kazakhstan. Historically, they've been pretty pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto.
Right, big mining hub.
Exactly. And now their national bank is thinking about something really bold. Putting some of their national reserves gold, foreign exchange, national funds into crypto-related funds. They're even prepping a state crypto reserve to hold confiscated digital assets, taxes from mining.
Wow, really leaning in.
It's definitely forward-thinking. Diversifying reserves, playing to their strengths as a mining center, cheap power, infrastructure. But officials there are also sounding alarms. They're saying, look, this is high risk. We need extreme caution, especially with this volatility.
I mean, Bitcoin dropping over $6,000 in a day.
Right. The risk of huge swings on their balance sheet is real, plus regulatory uncertainty elsewhere, potential erosion of public trust if it's not handled transparently. It's a gamble.
It's such an interesting contrast, though. You have Kazakhstan maybe seeing opportunity, embracing decentralization to a degree, or is it just opportunistic?
Good question.
And then you look down under Australia, they seem to be going the other way, leaning hard into central bank digital currencies. They've got this thing called Project Acacia, a joint project. Reserve Bank of Australia and Digital Finance, CRC. Testing wholesale CBDCs, basically digital money for banks, on platforms like Hedera, Redbelly, Corda.
Yeah, and it highlights that fundamental difference, doesn't it? Project Acacia, it's innovation, sure, but it's not really in the spirit of why Bitcoin was created.
Explain that a bit more.
Well, Bitcoin was designed as peer-to-peer electronic cash, based on crypto, math, no need for central authorities, right? Its adoption has been bottom-up, organic.
Okay.
CBDCs, they're digital currencies issued and controlled entirely by central banks. You're trusting the bank, the government, the politicians. Adoption could even be mandated by law.
So centralized versus distributed.
Exactly. Polar opposites in philosophy. Now, CBDCs might have uses maybe in specific controlled environments like, metaverse payments or AI subscriptions perhaps, but they're fundamentally different from Bitcoin's goal.
Got it.
And speaking of things becoming more mainstream, another sign is Grayscale. They've confidentially filed to go public.
Like Circle did with USDC.
Precisely. It shows this growing trend. Major crypto players looking at IPOs, moving into traditional finance structures.
Yeah, that definitely signals a shift. And, as we see financial players like Grayscale making these moves with digital assets, it's clear the innovation isn't just in crypto, is it? I'm really interested in how AI is developing globally, too. We've seen some really fascinating stuff coming out of the Middle East lately. What's happening there? How does that fit in?
Absolutely. The Middle East is making huge strides.
Like in Dubai. I saw something about the Dubai Quality Group partnering with Corda.
Yes, exactly. That's a strategic partnership focused on driving data innovation across the UAE. It directly feeds into their national AI strategy, their digital transformation goals. They're aiming to deliver AI-powered solutions, build advanced data warehousing, create that sort of single source of truth for data, for government, for private companies, better decisions, smoother operations.
So it's about efficiency and strategy.
It is, but it's bigger than that too. These national AI strategies in the region, they're about diversifying economies away from oil, future-proofing their workforce, frankly, establishing themselves as leaders in the digital age. Geopolitics.
A foundational shift, really.
It really is. And look at Saudi Arabia. They're taking an even more fundamental approach. Starting next academic year, 2025-2026, they plan to roll out an AI curriculum in all public schools.
All of them, from primary up.
From primary through higher education. As part of their Vision 2030 plan, focusing on human capability. The idea is to build AI literacy, digital skills right from the ground up, nurture a whole generation that can drive innovation.
Embedding it deep in the system positions them as a major player in AI education.
Definitely. A remarkable commitment. And of course, you can't really talk about AI without at least mentioning Elon Musk's latest Grok 4.
Right, the claims about changing history, finding new physics, new medicines.
Lofty goals, as always. But it shows the sheer ambition in the AI space right now.
Wow, okay. We have covered a lot of ground in this deep dive, seriously. From, the immediate market shock after the inflation data, the whales playing their games, to the really complex legislative arguments happening in the U.S. over crypto's future.
Yeah, the Clarity Genius CBDC debate.
And then these completely different global paths we're seeing: Kazakhstan maybe hoarding crypto, Australia building CBDCs, the Middle East pushing hard on AI.
It really underscores how interconnected everything is, doesn't it? Economic reports hit markets instantly. Policy choices in one country can shape tech adoption globally. Geopolitics is now deeply tangled up with digital finance and AI futures. And while all this innovation is happening incredibly fast, it just means, critical thinking, really looking for reliable information like checking BLS.gov. It's more crucial than ever to make sense of it all.
Absolutely. So, as you, our listener, process all of this, here's something to think about. Bitcoin was, in theory, supposed to be a hedge against inflation, but today we saw it acting almost like a short-term catalyst, reacting sharply to inflation news. And you've got these massively different global strategies: state crypto reserves versus central bank digital money versus outright bans. What does this constant tension, this push and pull between decentralized innovation like Bitcoin and centralized control like CBDCs or government regulations actually imply for the real long-term value and adoption of digital assets in your life? Something to mull over. We definitely encourage you to keep exploring, stay curious. These fields are moving faster than ever.